Hey, 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 everybody! It's me, Hoovy11, and welcome to a new video. I'm glad I have y'all here. It's been a while since I made a video of this type. Um, I don't know, maybe 3 years. I think the last one that I did was the Clangy Crimes announcement video. Actually, just let me give it a quick check right now. Okay, just give me let me just check for a second here because I'm really curious when I made, because I used to do videos like this pretty often in the past, and yeah, it used to be kind of like a common theme for me, especially around 2022, 2022, I guess. Yeah, let's see. I think that's correct. Or maybe the schizo gaming announcement does count. I'm not sure because besides that, indeed, this seems to be the first time I'm doing a video like this since the Kalanji Crimes announcement video. That's true. Oh well. And anyway, let's just get straight to the point. I'm glad I have you guys here. This is meant to be a pretty big and important video because things are getting pretty crazy in my life. I'm honestly, if I'm being honest with y'all right now, because I haven't really been talking and responding or, communicating to everybody on this channel as often as I have in the past few years, which I myself admit. I even went back in time a bit in the last period, so I can revisit the times when I thought I felt the best around 2022 to 2023. If you guys remember, I made that video in March 2022 where it was that important announcement with the old Hoovy11 icon, which we'll get to immediately and why I changed it, because maybe some of you ask yourselves that. I did say there that, I made like a very important recording of me explaining how I feel like my life should be changing, because in case again, I haven't been very vocal about this during the past few years, which fair enough, but up until 2022 and especially during 2021, I was at my lowest as a human being. I was extremely depressed, angry, isolated. Excuse me. I was extremely angry, isolated. I didn't like socializing at all. I was your typical edgy kid, teenager, whatever. But around 2022, like around March or something like that, I thought I should look at life with a different perspective. And I did just that. And there's a lot of shit that has happened since. I did say some of these things in the Clangy Crimes announcement video, so you can check that one out too if you wish. But basically, after I emancipated out of that awful place in my life, I came back with Clangy Crimes, and I did put out the fourth episode in 2022. We'll get to immediately on the fifth episode, which I've just released. We'll get to that just in a second. What my point is here is that since 2022, I've tried changing myself to a different person than how I used to be before that point. And as I said, for me, the best year period, if I have to pick one, would be August 2022 to August 2023. Now, to most of you, this might seem like autistic babbling, and I can blame you for that. But hear me out, guys, because this is serious. So as I said, that period was awesome. As I said, a bit before that, I kind of got back into music for the first time in so much time. I made Clangy Crimes. But that was around the time when I found shit like, Omori, Rabbi Junk, and metalcore and post-hardcore and all that stuff. It was like a new start to my life. And I'll probably upload, if you guys want to hear, upload, I'll just try to spell it that way. I'll try to upload the recording where I, explain myself, like the one I made in March 2022, where I explain on how I used to feel up to that point and shit. Because guys, to be fair, I haven't really moved on like mentally that much from the age of 16 or 17, if I'm being honest, and that's not a good thing. So as I was saying, even if since that point I made, as I said, some stuff. I made also the Matrix video channel. My bad. I made a Matrix side project channel. I made Schizo Gaming, and especially the biggest project. If I'm not wrong, I'm not missing anything else. I did make some ranking videos, obviously, and some other stuff, but nothing too major besides this, except, of course, Clash in Silly Town, which we'll get to immediately. So this video that I'm making right now, the one you're watching right now, is pretty huge, because I'm going to address a lot of things. I really miss talking to you guys. I swear, I know this seems so disorganized. It's like I'm out of the fucking jail and I just got a moment to speak to you guys. And honestly, it does feel like that because for some reason, I just didn't really think that I should be telling all of you this. I didn't notice that the rate of interest for this channel has fallen tremendously over the last few years. But I want you to know what's going on in my life because I'm not feeling that great, to be honest. I mean, this, you guys don't know that recording from 2022, but I know it. And it does sound like I'm kind of rhyming myself here. But it's not that bad as it used to be back then because at least the difference between then and now, I even thought about it, the difference between then and now is that I want to change myself and be a better person. But I'm genuinely having an existential crisis. Like even right now, I just checked myself in the mirror and if you remember that Clangy Crimes announcement video, I did say right there that I was having dental problems. Well, since then, it has definitely gotten better because I actually started practicing some actual oral hygiene. But just now, I noticed that I have like one of my front tooth, if I'm spelling that right, is a bit chipped, like very slightly. And this happens just after I noticed with one of my other tooth that has a weird consistency, but this one is like a molar, if I'm spelling that right. Once again, I never spelled those words before in my life, so excuse me. I also noticed that one being chipped a bit, like, or I don't know, it just has a weird texture. I'm not that sure about this one as I am about this one in the front. So, yeah, I don't know exactly, but I don't know, man. I'm not doing fine. Like, this is just another thing that, you know, is putting more fire on the water. Now, it does honestly seem like I'm babbling right now, but I'm doing this video also to soothe myself emotionally and mentally because I'm feeling like shit tonight and I just want to be, I know this is messy, this sounds disorganized as all hell, probably the most disorganized recording I ever made and probably the last thing I would want to do if I want you guys to be with me, but I'm being as honest and transparent as I can right now and I want you guys to be with me too. I feel like a total mess and I need a bit of a direction in life. But before I get to the main spicy stuff, as I said, I just want to address the latest things I did on this channel. So again, for me, just to start with a bit of context, as I said, for me, ever since I switched from normal high school, because as I said, I swear that Clangy Crimes announcement video was so important because it literally explained most of the things that I had back then in my life and how much it changed, but also not since then in almost 3 years. But back then, I was at normal high school. I was trying to accommodate myself in a campus. But because of multiple problems and issues, even though I did pass the 10th grade and the 11th grade and the 12th grade, I'm currently in the 13th grade, which is cool. Unfortunately, I had to change the plan a bit. So I went from normal high school to I don't know how to call it. I guess let me search for a bit. Let's see. I don't know how it's called in English, so I don't want to mess it up right now. It's part-time studying school, low frequency high school, some shit like that. That's the result I came across just now. So I hope that's the correct term. And I switched to this since January 2024. And this has been in my own detriment and also not at the same time because I did make some really great stuff since then. that's the mindset that I had back then. So the mindset was that, oh yeah, now with more free time, I'll be able to engage myself and put more effort into my projects and not have school breathe on my back for literally everything and consume so much time on my life, especially since I was out of campus as well by early 2024. Well, the problem is that back then I also thought that, because especially at some point I did think I would, try to look for a job, but of course for a few months I did just want to enjoy myself and just waste my time like a fucking moron. At some point I was planning to look for a job, and I eventually did just that. I think I started looking for jobs seriously around the summer of that year. Jesus Christ, I'm such a lazy piece of shit. Because especially after Schizo Gaming, which concluded technically, and by the way, me and Fabian are still planning to come back with that, but we'll see how it goes. I might actually visit Fabian sometime in October, so yeah, I'll keep you in touch because there's so much shit going on, so just bear with me. After Schizo Gaming, there was nothing that I did for that spring and that summer. I mean, that summer was pretty fun. I did have some like really great moments and shit, but I didn't go to work until August. That's when I searched for that seriously, and I swear to God, I continuously searched for some jobs for like 2 or 3 months, and that was to no avail. I was really close for a few times. I did eventually find something that I thought would be, close to being an actual job, but it turned out it was not. So that was it. And I kind of gave up on looking for jobs. So if you guys know anything about this, I'm technically still not... Okay, especially for the Romanian viewers, by the way. I'm technically not finished with school right now. I don't have the baccalaureate taken, or whatever it's called. Like the bac. You know what I'm saying? The French term. I don't have it yet. And I'm in the 13th grade. So I don't know exactly how those motherfuckers react to people like me out there. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is tough. Okay, so let's keep going. I don't have that, and I don't know. Like I searched for that. Lots of jobs just require that out of me, and I don't have it. They also had the requirements of me being a bit older than I already am right now, which I found to be really stupid, and also to be a woman, and so on and so forth. I had no luck in that, so if you guys have any suggestions regarding this, even if you're not Romanian or not, it doesn't matter. Just tell me in the comments, what do you think about this? Because as desperate and as crazy as I sound right now, honestly, I might need some fucking pills right now. Even with this in mind, I'm still trying to be optimistic even right now. I'm still hoping for better times. Even if I feel like total shit right now, and I'm so glad I'm recording myself right now because you guys can fucking hear how mentally devastated I am right now. I just want you guys to be here and interested in what I'm doing. Like a serious... I'll try not to change the subject so often anymore. Let's just stick to the main point. So yeah, after failing to get any jobs, I was actually thinking on switching to normal school again sometime in late 2024. But my brother is at the same high school with me, and I asked him to ask the manager of the high school, because we have like a principal, but they don't have that much power there as much as the manager or whatever. I don't know. I asked him to ask her if she can, let me go back and all that. But she refused, which, okay, fair enough, you do you. And I even thought that after going to, because again, like at part-time studying, whatever, low-frequency high school, I go for like 2 times a year, and I don't know how it'll be this year, because I gotta study for that shit, as I said, for the baccalaureate. I'll start studying for that just immediately, maybe even tomorrow. I don't know. It depends on when I'll put this video out. I'll have to also do the materials for that. So, yeah. What was my point? Oh, yeah, because in December, this was last year in 2024, after getting the stuff that I needed out of there, I would have asked the manager if she can put me back to the 11th grade, but I didn't go with that plan anymore, because in the meantime, I had just created, and just before I went back to high school in December back then, in last year, I had just created, or started working, better said, on Clash in Silly Town. And that has been my main hobby for like the remainder of 2024 up until, my bad, 2025, up until now. It's September. Game came out for like 2 months. And yeah, it has been kind of disappointing. Now, to be fair, I wanted to keep Clash in Town as low status as possible. I just released a trailer earlier this year and a leaked, quote unquote, leaked gameplay. It wasn't that big of a deal. It just kind of existed. Yeah, not a big deal. And the game was supposed to come out normally later this year. Actually, roughly around this time, in full. But there were lots of problems, and mostly stem, especially with the other people that I wanted to work with, not being up to my expectations, to put it nicely. So the game suffered lots of delays, and not only that, but I didn't intend to put out the beta, but I also put out the, you know, what the hell was I trying to say? Jesus Christ, my head hurts, guys, as I said. I didn't want to put out the beta, so I eventually just decided to put a beta. I mean, at first, if I recall correctly, I wanted the beta to be played between the beta testers. I selected a few certain, like around 20 to 30 people that would beta test, but it went very badly. And eventually, just a month later, the beta was released in the server. I made the server on 31st July this year, and people were kind of hyped at first. Then I put out the beta on 30th August. It was fine for a bit, but then people lost interest for different reasons, which is yet another reason for why I want you guys, even those who watch the video right now, I want you to play it, or at least give it a shot. Tell me what you think, because I literally poured my sweat and tears into this game, and I had such high hopes, and it was such a disappointment to see that it didn't go anywhere much, at the very least, because the game was out on the server for like a few weeks. I literally annoyed so many people to play, but most were busy with whatever the hell they were doing, even if the game is like 2 hours long, which was extremely disappointing to see, with all honesty. Then I eventually decided to put a game on Juegos de Mugen, which is a site I've been collaborating with since February or March or something like that. So by that time, I basically had a publisher, and I still have it right now. So I spoke to the administrator guy, and he was like, okay, I'm just going to put a game. And the game is there right now. But so far, I have not seen any activity or any proof that somebody from that website has played the game. I have not seen anything so far, but I don't know, really. Who's to tell? Yeah, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since, and I have not seen anything so far. So yeah, to say that Clash in Town has been kind of a disappointment is honestly an understatement. Again, I'll address many other things just immediately. So right now I'm addressing Clash in Town. Then I'll be addressing Clangic Crimes, I think. Then I'll address my tier lists. Maybe then after that, some projects and all that stuff. Maybe stuff about my channel. And then the final and the conclusion of this video, the final thing. My life and what's next and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm sorry. It has been very disorganized because I've been feeling like total shit. I will not repeat myself again. What you're hearing right now is a total wreck of a man who's having a damn breakdown. So yeah, the game has not done very well. As I said, at first it looked kind of promising. I tried speaking to people about this. I even put myself out on many servers, but it did kind of come out like very annoying self-promotion. So I tried to take it, a bit more carefully with people, especially the strangers that some of them are in my server, like some people who have been interested and I'm not friends with particularly. But at the same time, I've not heard anything from them since, so yeah, there's that too. So yeah, the game right now, nobody talks about Clash in Town. Again, there's been like, I'd say 10 beta testers that have played the game in a way deemed as actually noteworthy, because many people have just played it for a bit and said this is too hard, this doesn't make, I don't know, this doesn't work. That's the better way to say it. This doesn't work. I don't like it or whatever. Or most were just turned off by the. I think most people were indeed turned off by the gameplay. But what I don't really like, and I'm very confused about, is that nobody really told me exactly what's wrong with it exactly. That's what bothers me about that. Because the ones who played it and actually managed to finish the game and somehow happened to like the game as well were the ones that were most elaborate in what they think about a game, because the others were more mixed about it or kind of avoided it or even didn't, like, downright disliked it, didn't tell me exactly what the problem with that is. So I'm at a loss, because Clash in Silly Town, I'll say this again, this is my biggest and most important project ever, and currently at the same time. I've been working on this game since December 2024. No, scratch that. I've been working on this game since early 2018, technically, since I was 13. Because even back then, I had this idea of creating a Mugen story mode game. Now, to be fair, after that, like 1 year later in 2019, I kind of just forgot about the idea completely. I even jumped on working to Fastcut, which, ironically, Fastcut did make a crossover with Clash in Silly Town. I did that, and the game kind of died down for a bit, like the idea and all that. That was until last year in summer, actually, when I had my second attempt on making the game. But that time, it was centered on Lucy, or maybe it wasn't even Clash in Silly Town, but something like that. But Clash in Silly Town, as we know it, started being shaped in December 2024. So I worked on this game so far, because keep in mind, this is just the beta. I worked on this game technically for basically 8 months, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I think 8 months. So this is my longest, like the most time-consuming project. The one I've worked on the most, the longest in terms of time that I spent on it. And to see that it does like very well below expectations is honestly disappointing, especially since I had the promotion. It was there at the beginning, as I said. But once the fucking beta dropped out, people just dropped their interest like flies drop down when you spray them. Like I just sprayed those bastards in my bathroom just a few weeks before. Like, that's very sad. I felt like shit knowing this, and I still feel like shit about it too. So right now, my bad. So because of that, what did I do? I kind of tried looking in the past again. Try to scrape up some other fucking project. Now, before I'll get to this, I just want to clarify that I'm not done with Clash in Silly Town. I'm still technically working on the game. I'm just taking a break because I'm having some other problems right now. And because, I'm being honest with you, the interest isn't really there as much as I wanted it to be. If the interest from you people would have been more visible to me at the very least, I would have, honestly, by this point, I might have been working on it by now. But that is not the case, because there's not much interest outside of those who are maybe very close to me, or I don't know, the same people that have like given me the reviews. This is below my expectations, and because of that, this is not enough for me to get back and immediately start working on the game again, because I have some other priorities. But if this would change, I'm gonna start, or restart better said, working on it as soon as possible again. But by the time I'll be at Fabian's, and as I said like just a few minutes before, I'll go at Fabian's and I will work on Clash in Silly Town together with him. And yeah, we'll see what happens from there on out. And the game will probably come out sometime next year. I'm not that sure. Like, hell, I'm even giving you a release there right now. Not an exact one, but sometime in the first third of 2026. Like, between January and April 2026 is when I think the full game will eventually come out. But if there's gonna be interest from you guys, like, moving forward, it might come out even earlier than that, or hell, even later. Who knows? Maybe I'll lose interest and it will just be the beta, and that's how the game is gonna end. Just a failed project. Or maybe I'm just gonna finish it in 5 years or some shit like that. Okay. Now, getting back to my point. As I said, I saw that Clash in Soultown was kind of a disappointment. So I just went on and basically looked at my past. I kind of transported myself back to August 2022. A place that has been more comfortable for me. A place where, I really liked. And that's when the peak of my life started again. And I'm so fucking sad that it ended. I really don't know how to deal with this shit even now. If you guys have any idea, what would you do in my situation? Because I miss that. I really do. I try going back. I try revisiting stuff from then or stuff similar to that. And that obviously also included, because that I was trying to allude to this just now, but I might have avoided saying it for some reason. But back in August 2022, my biggest priority was Clangy Crimes. And you might have seen, actually my latest video before this one you're seeing was a Clangy Crimes video, and not just any Clangy Crimes video, it was the 5th episode, but unfinished. This might have been a surprise for some of you, but now that I've given you the explanation, maybe it isn't. So, as I said, I was nostalgic for that. I revisited some of my older scripts. I even did see these footage that I made back then, and I saw that, this could be salvaged. This could be at least, partially finished. And that's exactly what I did. I spent maybe a week basically perfecting it, or making it good enough to be put out as it was. And yeah, the 5th episode came out on it's not exactly the 5th episode as a whole, and not even officially, but it is kinda, at least right now. And it came out just a month ago, almost, if not already, depends on when I'll put this video out, on 1st September. Now, even with this video, there was a bit of a hype. I even reconnected to some of my older friends to tell them that the new episode was coming out. People I've not even been talking to since 2022. And to say that this video was even a bigger disappointment than Clash in Soultown would be yet another understatement. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe times have changed, because I thought, okay, maybe Clash in Soultown is not that good. Maybe I'm doing something wrong with it. But Clangy Crimes 2, and not only that, it did way worse than how it did in, it has done way worse now than it did back in 2022, okay? This was a total failure, if I'm being honest. As it is right now, it's sitting at barely 40 views and 2 or 3 likes. One from Matt, shout out to you, Matt, and maybe one from Wolfie. I'm not even sure. I'm just saying this because these are the ones, these 2 guys. Matt because he did comment, and Wolfie because I've been speaking to him. I did want to say that because I've been speaking to both, but not really. I didn't really speak to Matt that much. Matt has just commented and he was like, okay, this episode is good, or whatever. But yeah, this has been a colossal failure and a total disappointment, and I'm totally heartbroken. I don't know why, I just can accept maybe that times have changed. I hate how literally all of my friends are so... I think this is another thing to blame. Most of my friends are so busy with their lives, and I'm basically still stuck in a way from the way I was in 2021 or 2022 or something like that. Like when the COVID struck, I'm still kind of there. Though not entirely, because obviously I matured in a way, I think. But I'm still there, and it sucks, because I feel so alone. So, both Clangy Crimes and Clash in Soultown did pretty bad by my standards. But the difference is that with Clash in Soultown, it hasn't even started, and to be fair, it did reasonably well. At least compared to Clangy Crimes, which is like a total failure. And from the looks of it, as much as it hurts to say, shit, I'm about to cry, especially since I felt bad about it. I mean, Clangy Crimes is not it's not my best project, but it is a thing I have dear to my heart. And while I'm very glad that I put it out so you guys can see it, it really sucks, but from the looks of it, I hate to say it, but I don't think we'll ever see it again. So yeah, with that out of the way, I'm trying not to feel too bad about it. It really hurts, but it is what it is. With that out of the way, I wanted to talk about the tier list too. I've been actually planning to do like a Bring Me the Horizon albums tier list. This year I didn't make no tier list, although I've been planning to do that. The last one I did was the Static X one. The one I did before that was the Slimna one, which both did okay, especially the Slimna one. So if you guys want more stuff like that, please let me know. Actually, just let me know. Please tell me everything you want in the comments, because I'm a bit directionless as I am right now. Because if I'm not gonna hear anything straight coming out of your mouths, I don't even know what route I'll be taking from now on. Like, okay, maybe I'll put out the, a tier list, as I said, the Bring Me Horizon albums tier list. Maybe I'll put out, I don't know, something about Clash in Silly Town or some shit like that. I don't even know. But the thing is that I want to know what you guys want me to create, because that would help a lot with, I don't know, growing as a creator. And also engaging with you guys as well. Because the channel has done pretty bad for these past few months. There's not a single video that I made like in the last 6 months that went above 100 views. This is pretty bad. Even though my subscribers, this is the biggest amount of subscribers I've ever had. This is still not that good. This is a pretty dead channel by all means. So guys, just let me know what kind of videos would you like to see in the comments. This video is already very long, so I don't know what else I can say. I really hope that most of you stuck to the end, because this has been so much for me, and honestly, I didn't even put out all the things I wanted to say, and I know most of you, because all of you motherfuckers have an ADHD version worse than mine. I don't know. And yes, before you say, yes, I have ADHD official, I never said this before, but this also does explain most of my problems at school. So there's that. I don't know, guys. There's a lot of shit that has happened. A lot of shit, and I'm feeling very bad. I mean, as I wanted to say, this year just went on very quickly. I can't believe it's October. It's like I'm suffering an existential crisis. I lost a lot of friends this year. I've been pretty alone. But I still try to, be optimistic, especially about Clash in Silly Town, because they poured so much into this game. But it looks pretty dark and bleak right now as it is. And honestly, I should have probably just switched back to school. I really tried my luck with Clash in Silly Town. I thought that this would be really fun. And while it was, and while it still can be fun, as it looks right now, it has been just a colossal failure, and maybe not as bad as Clagic Crimes, but still disappointing nonetheless. So I don't know what to say, man. Speaking of people I lost, Robert is not on the internet anymore. I feel like I should be mentioning him because he has been such a great friend for me and a long-time collaborator. He has stopped talking to me and Fabian and the rest of the whatever people we were back there for more than half a year now, but I never got the chance to tell anybody that. And I can feel his absence very much even now. So yeah, man. God damn it, I'm so close to crying. I mean, this is probably the most fucking emotional or the most transparent recording I made since that recording back in March 2022, which never saw the light of day. That literally marks it as a 3.5-year anniversary since then. And I don't know what's next, guys. I even changed the profile picture to this channel for the first time since I ever made it, because I want to signal lies, or I want to show that I'm interested in creating a new era. I want to rebrand this channel, but I want you guys to help me at the same time, to give me some ideas, or what would you like me to do or see from me movie for from any of these bigger projects, or hell, even bring something new to the table. We could discuss this. Just let me know what would you guys want to see that you think will raise the view count. This has been the ultimate fucking video I think I ever made. I expressed literally everything I have on my soul right here, right now. Again, my channel has been doing shit. It has been doing pretty badly for some time already. And I've excused myself like a billion times in the past few years for not posting many videos on this channel. But I don't want to excuse myself anymore. I want to change this. I just want to know that you guys are in it too. But even without any like vocal people telling me that, you should get back on YouTube or yada yada, I'm still gonna try it myself, at least a bit. Because I don't want to give up on this. Even if it looks like it could be the end, and this channel is, in my life in general, has been doing very badly, I can't give up on that. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think of everything I said in this video. I hope you watched this. I might have left some things behind. Honestly, if I just get this video on YouTube, I'd feel already way better, even if it's a total mess of a fucking video. I don't even know what to call it, honestly. It's like I'm not actually having an episode. I'm actually very aware of what I'm doing right now. It's just that it's the most ugly and transparent side you'll ever see of me, and maybe what some of you have been waiting for years to hear from me. I don't even know, because I've never been this honest before. I was almost this honest with you guys, but I never put that video on YouTube, maybe because even back then, even if I was on the right track, I was still probably a bit scared to do that. So in conclusion, guys, this is it. If you guys have any suggestions regarding Clash in Silly Town, maybe Clan J Crimes, maybe the tier list videos, maybe any other type of videos, or I don't know, maybe something about my personal life, jobs and stuff, or me stopping being so goddamn nostalgic about the past and all that shit, anything that could help me feel better or anything. But that's more on the right now feeling like shit side of things rather than the channel long term, hey, let me create something type of thing. So I would appreciate if you, at the very least, because I mean, it's okay if you guys don't want to like have a social connection with me. Again, I know I said this before, most of you are my friends already, but there are plenty of people that have become friends with me through this channel. So it's okay if you just want to help me with the channel side of things. Jesus, I mean, if I think about it right now, I might have had just an episode. So yeah, guys, I think I'm done here. It's time to finish this video. I don't know if what I said here made much sense, but this has been my life for the past 3 years, and I didn't even go that much in detail. I explained way more what has happened this year, a bit of last year, and very little of 2022 and 2023. And honestly, you don't really need to know what happened those 2 years, because it was honestly very fucking nice for the most part. Shit kind of started happening, like when I felt for the first time that things were going downhill again was in 2024, because 2022 and 2023 were like, shoop, a big rise in my quality of life. So yeah, I think I'm done here. I'm feeling totally awful, and I want you guys to let me know, what should I do? Take care of y'all, and yeah, I'll hear from you soon. And yeah, don't worry, I'm not gonna kill myself or anything. I'm just gonna think about what I'm gonna do next, even if, let's say, nobody will see this video. But yeah, I don't think I'm giving up anytime soon, and especially in Clash in Silly Town, I'm still gonna try to get the game out. And oh, by the way, I forgot to mention one important thing. the Clash and Town segment. I'm actually gonna try putting the videos on TikTok, starting maybe with this week or next week, because I might have a bigger chance of getting an audience there. I'm just saying, I'm trying my luck here, but if not, that's still fine. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do a separate account. Obviously I still have the Clangy Crimes account, but I'm not gonna rebrand that one to Clash and Town or whatever. So you can just leave that one behind. I'm gonna have my own original account for Clash and Town. I'm gonna link it here sometime in the description of this video and my channel as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to make this any longer. I seriously want to thank everybody that has been with me from the beginning until the end of this video. I don't think I left anything of importance behind so far. I'll probably make more videos in the future if somebody's gonna see this and there will be discussions. Otherwise, I'm not so sure. My throat is hurting for how much I've been speaking, so it's time to finish this. So yeah, see you on the other side, fellas. I love you. I love you all. Take care.